Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Karen Civil, and you are checking out Factory 78.
Factory 78 TV, we're live in London with a special guest here on Factory 78 TV, all the way from the States via Los Angeles. Specifically, it's the lady Karen Civil.
Yes, I'm so excited to be here.
Listen, it's a pleasure to see you in flesh. We've seen you all over social media, read stuff, seen interviews and all that kind of stuff. But
I'm finally here.
exactly. For a lot of people, a few people that probably don't know about Karen Civil. I know your introduction or your bio on social media says entrepreneur, philanthropist, a businesswoman.
Yeah.
Those of us in the media have a different, idea because you have gone through the media. How would you kind of summarize who Karen Civil is and what you do?
Karen is a cultural artisan. I'm somebody who is an architect in just the culture itself, entertainment and music, and who put things together and figures out a way to, out of the box marketing when it comes to my marketing company, when it comes to myself as an overall brand, or people that I work with partnerships.
Well, I've worked in TV and radio for quite some time. I think I saw an interview with you about a year and a half ago. I can't remember specifically now, but you spoke about starting in the industry as an intern at probably Hot97, one of the biggest radio stations in the world. Tell me about that journey and pretty much finding yourself to where you are now.
It definitely was something that really was my foundation. Flex, Mr. C, Big Dennis, Tat Wizza, Monse, they showed me early on not to rush my success, not to put a time limit on it. Because, when you're an intern, people think, out of 6 months, I got it. It's done. I was there for, 2 years and some change, and it was great. And it was incredible to be part of a team, to understand what hard work is, and, checking your ego and just really being part of a team and growing and understanding their needs before yours. So it was an incredible experience, and it really helped set me up for future goals.
Nowadays, we talk about artists, entertainers, or athletes talking about partnerships with brands and stuff like that. But I saw or heard from you when you were speaking about working with like Beats by Dre. You were one of the first influential people to get some of the biggest artists to start, putting Beats by Dre headphones around their necks or hanging or showing kind of like brand partnerships in that way. What led you to that, that path?
Working with Beats by Dre was incredible. They reached out to me after they saw the work that I did with Lil Wayne on his Wheezy Thanks You. And, they allowed me to be myself. Not many companies do that. Not many companies embrace an influencer. And I appreciate Omar Johnson for making that happen for me, who is the president of marketing right now. And, he saw it early on. He knew the relationships I had. He knew I could get the job done. And it wasn't about, anybody can get things done if you have a checkbook. And it was just like I didn't have that checkbook. We were a small company. I was the 13th employee at the time. Wow. And we got it done. It was just we had a great core team, and we made things happen.
Wow. Now, you're now an author. You're writing books. You're kind of teaching people or kind of sharing your stories with a lot of people around the world in order to find their way, find their path, and probably learn from kind of like your journey so far. Talk us through your books or the book that you're here in London kind of promoting.
My Be You Live Civil book is 4 chapters about unlocking your potential and living in your purpose. I take you through certain situations that I've dealt with, where I've been in my life. And even if you're somebody who's in college, if you're a nurse, if you're studying abroad, this book is very relatable. It's about not giving up on your dreams, pursuing your passion, and not just dreaming about success, but working for it.
Now, another part that caught my eye. I'm not sure if that's right, but we need to confirm that. Do you have a little kind of knowledge have you heard about Afrobeats yet? Have you kind of had a little taster in the culture yet? Do you know any of our artists yet?
I'm not going to pretend that I do. Yeah. I'm familiar with, I forget. I don't think it's Afrobeats. This is bad because I'm on the spot and I can't remember his name. David O. He's in Atlanta a lot. Yes. I do know that. I know he's in Atlanta a lot. my friend was friends with like his team and stuff. She used to work with him. So I don't know his music, but I know who he is. But then I forget the gentleman's name who had the song African Queen.
Two-Face.
Two-Face, see? Two-Face, a diva.
Listen,
Okay,
this is going live in Nigeria, so you're getting a massive check for that.
Yeah,
'cause he's
so
a
it's
legend.
so I know Two-Face a diva because of a movie that he was in America. They like what's Monique?
Monique.
Yeah, Monique was in it, and I think she went to like Africa or something like that, and the song was in there. And I was just like, oh, I love African Queen. I was like, this is gonna be my wedding song. But that's really is Davido, and I think the gentleman Drake did the song with is
Whiskey.
yeah, Wizkid. I believe is he from out here?
No, he's from Nigeria, but he spends a lot of time in the UK.
Okay, Wizkid, because he actually was supposed to. I was gonna see him perform for the first time. He was supposed to do an Alicia Keys
Charity
event, and he like missed his flight or something. I don't know. I don't know what the word is. They said you wouldn't get on your flight. I don't know. I don't want to say that's true or not, but they said he wouldn't get on his flight, and I was excited because I wanted to see what because everyone was talking about him that night, what it was going to be, what a performance was. So I didn't get to see him. So yeah, I know Two-Face a diva, but I know there's Wizkid out there because Drake is helping introduce. I know he was bigger before Drake, but help introduce people I may not be too familiar with, and Davido because of a friend.
Absolutely. Now, one of the reasons I ask you that question is because of your knowledge in the music game and what you've done around the hip hop industry so far. Afrobeat is trying to break into the United States of America. They've had a successful time here in the UK, thanks to a lot of outfits and people out here. What do you think, the artists and the genre can do to take it to that next level in the States?
I mean, they really you have to have your group making sure that you're sending music to those influencers and they know what's happening. In America, we're a bit more personal. So it's like when I go to Miami, I'm like, hey, I purposely say, hey, touchdown in Miami because I want people to reach out to me. Like, I really look at my messages. Velma can tell you, I was sitting on my phone like, who's this? Who's this person? This person wants to meet me. I'm very personable. I like to meet, see what's going on in the culture. I want to hear the radio. I want to know what's happening. So unfortunately, people don't send music. Like, they be like, yo, how can I send you music? I'm like, did you go to my, that lets me know you don't go to my website and there's a contact page at the top that says.
Which we hit.
Yeah. There's a contact page, this is why we're sitting here making this happen. And it's just like, it's about you just sending an email inquiry and sending me music. Because we have civil selects, which Jason from my sites runs weekly. And it's about introducing new artists. They don't have to be from America. And I used to have my UK selects. I'm going to start doing that again. But just in all and still, we have the civil selects, and you got to send me that music. It's that contact page is on there. There's a reason why I'm like, oh, I'm in London, and I really haven't. Like, one artist hit me. I know it's a little bit different here, and it's just I think people are very formal. I'm very informal. It's just like, you can hit me on Twitter, yo, where you at? I'm over here. Okay, I'm gonna pull up and come by. So I'm just very regular. So
one artist hit Karen Civil?
Only one on Twitter, and I told him, I said, come on Saturday. And then he started hesitating, like, oh, does that mean I can talk to you? I'm like, listen, if I just invited you, come. Yeah, just come. There's a reason I'm inviting you, but that's usually what happens. But I get music all the time. I went to this party in DC recently, and this guy was like, oh, I want to rap for you. I'm like, come on, now is not the time. And he was just like, because it was like a loud party, it was like a grilled cheese party, and he was like, you know what, I'm gonna email you. I said, perfect, it's on the contact page. He did. I liked the song. We posted it 2 days later, and he was like, I didn't think that'd be true. I said, yeah, it's the contact page, just hit me. So it's all about doing it that way. It's just, making sure you're reaching those contact pages and you're reaching those sites, and you're not just sending the link on Twitter, because most of the time people are using social media. 70% of people are using social media, especially Twitter, through their phones. So they're not going to leave one app to go into another, especially like if you click a link for me to download your mixtape from my phone, that's impossible. So just make sure that you're emailing them to them websites and things like that. Yeah,
absolutely. And then finally, you're in the UK. As we spoke about the book, you have an event on Saturday. I think that's the 28th of May. You're here. Tell us a little bit about the event and what exactly you're doing.
I'm really excited. Velma reached out to me be a part. Like, she really wanted to do something great, refreshing, and new with the UK, because she's like, people are your fans out here. People want to meet you. I want to be the first to do this. I want to start this Life Talks event. And, we have things like this in America all the time, but it's not here in the UK. So it's just, I'm like, let's do it. You figure it out and I'll come. And she figured it out and I'm here.
Fantastic. And finally, I just wanted to touch on the fact that you're a philanthropist. You're...
Sidebar.
Yeah.
I forget these kids' names, but I'm sending them headphones. They're the dancing kids from Africa. I don't know if it's Afro beats.
Yeah.
Those
little kids, is it?
Yeah. What's their names?
Did you see the video where they were kind of like, they had tattered clothing?
Yeah.
Oh,
the ghetto kids.
Eddie Kenzo's kids.
Yeah. Okay, I'm sending them Beats by Dre headphones. I love those kids.
That's
yeah,
fantastic.
I understand a little bit of the African culture, but yeah, I met them through, there is a designer who is from Africa. So Hugo Mosey, he is a stylist. He's from Nigeria, but he works with a lot of inspirational, like not even inspirational, a lot of top talent in Los Angeles. So I follow him on Instagram. He started posting these videos and he sends the kids clothes, and I'm like, Hugo, I want to send them headphones. I love these kids. So we're sending them some headphones and some stuff. So yes. Two-Face Adiba, the Ghetto Kids, I know them. Wizkid, David O. Okay, those are the.
And now Factory 78.
Yeah, so it's just like Factory 78. So now I know like 5 people. So yes, contact page, email, send me the music so I know what's going on.
And I just wanted to wrap up on the fact that you're a philanthropist. I know you're partly Haitian, and you've been going back doing a lot of work back there. Tell us a little bit about what you're doing and what it feels like to be giving back to your community.
It's always good to give back to the community that has given me so much and that has blessed me so much, because Haiti has raised my parents to be some of the strongest people that I know, and laid a foundation for them that they were able to lay for me. So if I'm able, and they planted a seed, if I'm able to go back and plant a seed for the next generation of entrepreneurs and thinkers and these young kids, why not do that? I want to give them a shot. And I understand the importance, the power of play. These kids don't have playgrounds. They don't have certain things. So I built a playground. And in the process of doing that, I realized the school needed reconstruction. Let's reconstruct the school. Let's have a Christmas event. Like, I'm going to go back in June for, I'm going to try to go for Father's Day with Junior Gillette from the Redskins. And it's going, it's just about continuing to go back, bringing new people and doing things. It just be fun. It doesn't have to be for a holiday. It can just be like, hey, we're going to have a summertime cookout or back to school event, or, we're going to do an early Thanksgiving. It's just, I just want to continuously go and give back to these kids and let them get familiar with me. Like, this is not a one and done thing. Like, you're going to continuously see me. I want to be a part of your lives. I don't have children, so these are my kids.
And if you had to just, encourage any of the artists, someone like the African artists, to do the same thing, what would you say to them about philanthropy?
It is definitely important. You see your blessings tenfold when you give back to the country, to the community that has given you so much. And it's the smallest thing. For Christmas, I spent $2,500. And to people, they're like, oh, you're doing all this thing. I don't have the money. I'm like, you have the money. You're wearing it. It's bigger than, say you don't want to use your money. That's fine. You can work with a company and organization. I had Lil Wayne come in and give clothes. Andre Berto brought his old Santa outfit. Wow. And people, this young lady, Wanda, who runs Louine Sweet, she came and made toiletry kits. When people start to see the things that you're doing, they're going to want to come in and help and support. So, it's definitely just understanding the importance of your legacy, who you are, and knowing, there's a generation of young individuals who are watching you. So, it's about leaving that footprint and making sure you give back to the community that has given you so much. You figure out a way to make it work for you. Not everybody doesn't have the time. Everyone may not have the money, but you figure out a way to help your environment grow, because that's really what it's about.
Well, she said it all. Miss Karen Civil, it's Factory 78. Go her. Catch you next time.
Bye.